Good evening, everybody, and a happy Hunter's Moon. It is the first full moon of the autumn, and how beautiful it is tonight to be able to see it. And I am so glad that you are here with us for this meditation, where we can think about the fullness of the moon as it rises and what it means for us in our lives. Now, this is the third Wednesday of the month, and it is usually the month that we draw from a really wonderful deck called the Contact Cards, the extraterrestrial divination system. And we're going to continue with this deck this evening only because it is the night of the full moon. I pulled the card that deals with the moon in this deck. It is accompanied by a brief little story and background that we can use to guide us as we think about what's going on in our lives and what this full moon night means for us. It is the time of abundance. It is the time to fully appreciate with gratitude all that we have manifest in our lives. So we will work with the card from this deck. So I'm still going to ask everyone, however, to add their energies before we begin reading about the card, because of course we want to imbue this card with this amazing energy tonight, so that anytime that you're watching this meditation again, or if you are watching it on our YouTube live channel, please remember to hit like and subscribe. But you'll also be able to watch this meditation there at any time after this evening. And so I want everybody's energy to be in this card as we think about it and talk about it and reflect on it in our lives. So let's do that, shall we? So the card in this deck is actually an Earth Moon card, which I think is really quite beautiful, because it is all about the relationship of those on Earth with those with the moon, and it's how it shifts and creates cycles in our lives. So I'm going to show that card to you here. There it is. But I'm also going to lay it down, as you know, and I'm going to allow you to kind of take a look at it closely while I read about the card and give us something to think about and reflect on as we then enter into our meditation. So I'm going to send us over to that camera. And so I invite you to take a good look at the card, see what it makes you feel. Think about today. Of course, we're looking at this card midway through the moon cycle, but we are thinking of the card in the full moon cycle. So I'm going to read a little bit about the suit of cards, and so we can see that the suit of cards is planets in this divination system. And I'll read you a little bit about what the planet cards are about, and then I'll read about specifically this card. So pretty simple. For this deck, the planet cards are based on our own solar system in order to bring the extraterrestrial energies in contact cards into balance with our human dynamics. Each planet or celestial body carries the familiar astrological or sociological meanings it has held for millennia as archetypal patterns and reflections on both the personal and collective levels. So as always, our meditation is one that is very personal for us on our Wednesday evenings, but it also allows us to explore beyond the personal and to expand what is happening with us and expand our idea of what we can be in the world, in the collective. So again, based on our own solar system, because again, we want to be, with even though the use of these cards for our Wednesday evening meditations, we want to be integrating the idea that we have of our own humanness with the extraterrestrial world, with the spirit world, and really the understanding of them as being one and the same, all of it being one and the same. So let's look at the Earth Moon card. And again, each one of these cards comes with a short story that I think is just delightful. So here we go. Log of the Survey Ship Wanderer. Excerpt from the Survey of the Soul Star System. As the near twin of Venus, Earth also radiates a magnetic goddess wave of energy that extends even to its nearby lunar companion, thus symbolizing mother and daughter. A vibrant world full of life in a variety of forms, Earth is the only naturally inhabited planet in this solar system. However, some extraterrestrial races other than ourselves have created temporary bases on several of the system's moons, including Earth's. There is abundant water on Earth, which reinforces the feminine qualities of birth and the supportive flow of emotion. It is responsible for the planet's wild cornucopia of vegetation as well. Earth's seasons symbolize regeneration and the fertility of nature, reflected not only in the verdant fields and forests, but also in the resplendent array of animal life. Each species represents an aspect of the world's collective consciousness. Earth's companion moon, which the inhabitants call simply Moon or Luna, is relatively large in comparison to its parent planet, and it exerts a great influence upon terrestrial tides and temperaments. In fact, the Earth-Moon system could almost be considered a double planet, thus explaining why Earth inhabitants exhibit both the light and the dark side of their souls. Anyone living on Earth or the Moon would be in a constant struggle to maintain balance, as they would be subject to overwhelming polarized tug-of-war between Earth's physically oriented energy and the Moon's subconscious and psychic symbolism. The metal gold is usually associated with Sol, which is a star. Among the planets, Earth inherits the honor of being associated with gold because that metal symbolizes the life force, and Earth is the planet of life in the solar system. A succinct encapsulation of Earth's symbology could be expressed as the seed that births forth, transmuting the raw elements of nature into material manifestation of life in all its diverse expressions. Silver, gold's counterpart, is the metal that symbolizes all lunar activities and opens the doorway to the mysteries of mind and spirit, as well as determining cycles of feminine power and arcane perception. Thus, Earth and Moon are the day and night of nature respectively, forming a balance between the foundational, grounded Earth energy and the more ephemeral magnetism of the heavens. The Earth-Moon card expresses the healing, nurturing power of nature and the goddess energy. If Earth is smiling upon us, we are fortunate indeed. It means that renewal and regeneration will attend our constant search for our true selves, and, if we have faith, ultimately allow us to reach our dreams of paradise. If the moon is exerting influence on us, we are being invited to explore, expand, and rely on our intuitive senses. This is the card of personal responsibility. Not that we are responsible for others, but that we are responsible to them and the world by being naturally who we are. When we resist or fight our true nature, we spread unhappiness through the world, creating pollution, famine, and disease, both physically and spiritually. The Earth Moon card implores us to tap the feminine energies of nature, to go within and emerge as a flower blooms with renewed appreciation for ourselves and for all expressions of life. It is an acknowledgement that everything in the world, people, animals, plants, and rocks, is a reflection of some aspect of our collective soul. If we do not respect the diversity around us, we invalidate ourselves as well and will never find the unity and peace we seek. If we do our job as caretakers, we will be able to drink deeply of and forever of life's abundance without fear of lack. Nature works when we allow it to. There is enough for all when we live in balance with it. Drawing the Earth Moon card signifies that since Earth is home to the human race, it is time to get our house in order by going to our center and beginning with a personal house cleaning. The moon aspect reminds us that when we express our inner psychic talents, we are not simply humans engaged in the spiritual experience. We are also spirits engaged in the human experience. And so we see that this card is about balance. And for tonight, for the fullness of the expression of the moon tonight, we want to reflect on its fullness in our lives. And so tonight, let us take a moment to dig deep into our spirit selves, to explore our intuitive nature, to understand, to respect, and to embrace our psychic gifts, our esoteric gifts. And I see these as healing as well as intuitive gifts. So any part of us that is our spiritual self, the self that has the ability to intuit with the collective, or to heal by leveraging the power of the divine and the collective. That's what we're focusing on tonight. This is the time to be abundant in spirit, to be so filled with spirit that we can allow our physical selves, our earthbound selves, to take just a little bit of a break so that our spirit self can fully be expressed tonight during our time in the stillness. Makes sense? So before we go into tonight's meditation, I invite you to really reflect on, as you prepare and make your nest and find your blankets or the way you're going to be most comfortable, to begin to think of your spirit self. As we go into meditation, we're going to be peeling off the visible layers of our earthly selves and entering into that spirit self. And perhaps tonight we can use the card to have the courage to ask a question of it, to perhaps see where it is guiding us in our spirit nature, how it is expecting us or suggesting to us that we employ that spirit nature in whatever we do in our lives. So again, I'm going to ask you to just get comfortable if you are not already, and to just be at peace in the stillness. It's a gorgeous and crisp autumn evening, and it's the perfect time to reflect on the shiny, silvery beauty of our Bella Luna. So I'm going to let you take a look at the card more closely, or just leave it up here for you to see. If you need to open your eyes again to experience it, fullness of the moon in our lives. And so, as we always do, I'm going to invite us to begin to fully be aware of our earthly selves first, by, of course, focusing on our breath. How does it feel as it enters our body, inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth? We just want to pay attention to how it feels as it enters our nostrils. We hold on to it, allowing it to fill our bodies. And we exhale. Inhaling one more time. And exhaling. And then as our breath returns to normal, we inhale and exhale. We still keep that deep, rich intention in our breath. But with every breath becoming more and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. And now as we become more relaxed, we imagine our body, our physical body, just slowly beginning to fade, keeping with us the essence of ourselves, the presence that lives beyond our physical selves. With every breath, more and more of our physical body fades away. And as it does, we discover that as our presence, as our essence, we are opening up into a vast and expansive universe. Rich and dark, filled with twinkling, beautiful stars all around us. We feel so at home here. We feel so at peace and relaxed. in this vast, expansive universe that is deep within. And yet all around us. As we begin to sense the essences of others with us in this space, essences without form, and yet palpable presences. When we realize that it is those of us in meditation, in our real time, those who will meditate, they watch and listen to the recording, and everyone that is consciously meditating and choosing the stillness with us in this beautiful space. And as our presences sense one another, we allow them to just ease and ooze over the boundaries to become connected to one another. You can feel the softness of the essence of our touches. We can feel the emotions of the essences that accompany us right now. We sense the longing for the alignment with our divinity in ourselves. We sense it in others, and we sense it as a collective. And we know that together, all that needs to happen is our opening to it, so it can be revealed to our presence here in this beautiful, vast universe. We realize that we are looking with our essence at a beautiful, bright, silvery ball. And see it as the beautiful moon, shining and silvery. She seems to smile, a gorgeous, silvery smile. It's a smile of welcome. It's a smile of embrace. It's a smile of understanding. It's a smile of the divine. And in her silvery presence, we can see the long outstretch of her reflective rays. We follow them with our internal vision to that lush, beautiful blue marbly ball that we see. The long arms of those reflective rays. With the beautiful blue earth below us. And beautiful Luna, she invites us to open ourselves even more. We've made the journey here. And here she can share her fullness with us. And bestow on us tremendous gifts of spirit. That we ourselves can use to help our fellow humanity. All of whom have this beautiful opportunity to realize these gifts as well. We feel these gifts being imparted in us. We feel them come to life and awaken in us as we open ourselves to receiving them. We feel their power. We feel their power to heal. We feel their power to understand. Their power to help. Their power to heal. to transform. And all they have to be activated with is the love that always has existed. We allow ourselves to sit with these gifts and learn them and ask Luna the questions we need to ask. And she answers them with her kind, silvery smile. And as we connect and communicate with her, we feel the warmth like a mother's breath on our very soul, that cares for us and loves us and encourages us. This is the fullness of your time, she says to us. Let us not waste one moment of this fullness. Let us tap into our abundance and share our gifts, share our goodness. Share our knowledge, our understanding. And as her final parting words of insight, she says, "My beloved ones, the best way to honor me and your Mother Earth is to be who you are, to live as you authentically know you must live." For when you live as you, we can live as we have been called to live by the divine. Go now, she says. Return. Use the gifts. Show others theirs. And be yourself. Be you. And with your faith and trust, I will always be me. Here for you, as you are here for others. So empowered and enriched, we choose to return to our physical self. We choose to slowly follow those luscious silvery rays. We catch our essence on them and ride them down like a beautiful water slide, feeling our essence move down to our earthly bodies. And as we re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, we can sense our physical selves by once again discovering that breath. Feeling it as it enters our nostrils and fills our bodies. Inhaling and exhaling. With our eyes still closed, we just sense that silvery light of Luna and her beauty and her gift and majesty. And we sense the embrace of Mother Earth around us. And we allow her to bring us back. As we sense the ground, as we sense wherever we are laying against, as we sense the chair we're sitting in, and as we sense our bodies begin to dissolve right back in, embracing that essence, allowing that physical self to cloak that essence and live in the heart of Mother Earth. Let us return. We'll breathe, inhaling and exhaling quickly, twice, and then on the third breath, we will open our eyes together. So inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale as we open our eyes. There you are. Returning from that lush, beautiful, silvery lit journey of the moon, who's given us great gifts, and as our book said tonight, great responsibility. The responsibility to be who we are. I think it's one that we can embrace together, and it is certainly why we are here as a community, to help each other be our true self. So in this cycle of the fullness, I wish everyone all of the abundance that you can wish for yourself in whatever best way works for you. And I wish you all the opportunity to use that abundance and share that abundance, because as we share, so it is returned with others' abundance. Enjoy this beautiful weather. At least it's beautiful here in Washington, D.C. Wherever you are, I hope it's beautiful inside as well as out. And I bid you a lovely evening. And we'll see you here again next week, Wednesday evenings at 7:30. Please check the Institute for Spiritual Development, Washington, D.C.'s website at www.ispd.org. isd-dc.org for our latest online events. We've just transitioned away from our beautiful building, and we'll be gathering in person monthly beginning in the new year. But of course, we'll be experiencing this spiritual space, this online space together as often as we possibly can as a community. So please check out the best ways that you can do that as they get added into the calendar. Looking forward to seeing all of you then. Have a great night. Mwah. Good night.